it into Vancouver. Hey, what's up? This is Editor Chase, several months later. In fact, this video was filmed just before we started hearing a lot about coronavirus. I spoke at an event in Vancouver in like early February or something. Anyways, enjoy the video. For a quick trip, and I wanna show you exactly how I packed for this. You know, with minimal travel, the whole question about, you know, what should I bring? How many like tech items do I really need? I wanna talk a little bit about that and show you exactly how I packed for this trip. So let's rewind the footage and go back to before we left. All right, so the first thing we gotta think about is clothing. I brought 2 pairs of underwear from Exofficio. To me, these are just solid undies. You probably have a preference. I know Mack Weldon is something that people are talking about these days. I got Exofficio undies like 5-6 years ago and I never upgraded. That's a sign of a good undie. I'm like, I don't need something new. I brought 1 pair of merino socks from Darn Tough that maybe I'll use them, maybe I won't. I normally don't wear socks. Somebody, like I met my friend Paul and he was like, hey man, don't your feet get stinky? When you're watching this video, don't go like, I should pack just like this person does. Just be like, know yourself. One of the things I know about me is I only need a few pairs of undies and socks are just occasionally, just if it gets really cold out. Then there's the question of jammies. I use a simple long sleeve shirt and a simple pair of shorts from Marine Layer. Then I bring 3 short sleeve shirts total. 2 of them from Wool and Prints. It's just, I like their t-shirts, and 1 that's just like a graphic tee from a local surf shop. I like this roll method because I like looking into my packing cube and seeing everything sort of laid out. I'll show you that in a second. And then I bring 1 pair of shorts from Oliver's. I like to bring a pair of swim trunks like that wherever I go, just because there might be a pool and the gym and the hotel or something like that, and you never really know. Maybe in Vancouver, Canada, it just gets real hot all of a sudden. It's like, let's go for a jog. Then I brought the merino sweater hoodie from Western Rise. I'm wearing that right now. I love this thing. It's very cozy. And also from Western Rise, their jacket, which is no longer being made, I think. I don't know why Western Rise make more jackets for us. In fact, the sweater's getting a little bit hot right now. You know, the thing about sweaters and jackets, you want to find something that works together. For me, I bring this little Western Rise because it is so thin, it doesn't take up much space in the bag. I can easily layer this with lots of other things, like jackets or long sleeve shirts underneath, depending on how cold I really need to prepare for. With this merino sweater and then my jacket, the Western Rise jacket, I'm like prepared for whatever comes my way. That's some minimal travel shit right there, okay? You just need to find a couple things that work together. So obviously, what kills humans? Cold. Hunger. You get too hot, you can always take off clothes, but if you get too cold, you need to have something there, right? Also, how do you like this little fucking rat tail right here? Hi, my name's Chase. I want to teach you about minimal travel. Hey, do you like lifestyle stuff? Like, I'm pretty good at lifestyle stuff, as you can tell from my rat tail. Let's clean this up here. Now, suspiciously absent from this list are any pants, right? Because I'm only wearing 1 pair of pants. These are the Western Rise diversion pant. A little video coming on that soon, if it's not already out. Anyways, I'm wearing this 1 pant. This is it. It's stretchy enough. It like is black. It looks fine in a bunch of different outfits. So, minimal travel, finding a pant that you really dig, right? That can put up with a lot of stuff, that doesn't stain very much. I like the Western Rise diversion right now a lot. I'll link to that in the description below. Their Evolution pant is also really good. Thinner, lighter weight, a little bit more for the hot stuff. Listen, I'm doing a whole review on this, so just hold off for a second. Or go to the link in the description below at this time code. I'll link to everything that I'm mentioning in the YouTube description at the time code, so anything you're curious about, just click there. And if you do purchase through some of those links, some of them are affiliate links, which is how I get this, which is how we support this channel. This video is not sponsored, unless I could find someone to sponsor it real quick. Thanks to all of you who use those links and support the channel. Much obliged. You can always just search for the product if you don't want to support the channel. And then there's the toiletry stuff, which I've typically used the Dopp Kit because it's so, there's lots of organization, there's lots of pockets in this thing, but I want to go with something more minimal. So here's this little pouch from Knack, which I'll link to below, and I just throw, you know, the stuff that I need in there, some lotion, some Band-Aids, some Tylenol PM and Advil, which I never use, but I have it there in case I need it. You know, I don't know. Advil sometimes you might need it. So minimalism in packing is not just about not having stuff, it's about having what you need, first of all. But second of all, it's about curating and culling down those things that you need, right? It's about getting, I've heard this book, I haven't read it, but the title's called Essentialism. Essentialism. It's about like what is essential to your life. You know what's essential is breathing. Breathing is essential. You know what's essential is sleeping. Sleeping is essential. Sleeping and food you can do with less of, but you prefer not to. What's essential is staying warm, right? There's only a few essential things. And once you've got those things covered, then you get to be where you are, exploring stuff. But I'm also a tech guy. I'm filming this on a camera. I'm bringing a bunch of tech stuff. We're gonna get into that in a second. So what's essential to you is like, man, make a list. Lay it all out. See what you can do in your regular life before traveling to minimize, just for like set your calendar event. Throw everything away into some like locker or some bag somewhere for 7 days and go as minimal as possible. It's little exercises like that can really, like, I don't know, they can inspire you. They can lead you to growth. I'll link to my toothbrush if I can find it. I love this thing. It's got a big old fat grip, so it's not super minimal, but the heads you pop off. It's got a really big, fat, soft bristles. It's just like, I think it might be one of like the better solutions for actually being sustainable with all the bullshit that we use on a daily basis because it's so cheap, but then it's filling up our garbage dumps with shit that's not going anywhere for generations. Now, I like to travel with vitamins. I use Onnit's Total Human when I can. I mean it. This stuff is great. It's a packet for the night and a packet for the day. That's it. It's just I open up my day packet, crush that, go. Right before bed, crush the other one. But it's like krill oil, it's mushroom support, it's lots of the good stuff. I like Onnit. I tend to like Onnit. I'll be honest, it's super bro-y. It's super bro-y. If you listen to Aubrey Marcus's podcast, though, Kyle Kingsbury, these are some very fucking exploring gentlemen, exploring people. And I'm into those same kinds of explorations, and I like this company's values. For the most, I mean, like, yeah, I do. And I like this Total Human thing. I get it delivered every, like, month or two. I just got it for fun, like, to see if I liked it the first time, and now I'm like, when I didn't have any for a little while, I was like, fuck, man. I gotta go buy a bunch of vitamins if I'm gonna try to film, like do all the things that was doing. And maybe I don't need to do all of the things that those vitamins were doing. But it's kind of nice that it's like, I don't know, just kind of nice you could just fill yourself up with good stuff. Arguably, vitamins, I mean, obviously, nutrition is about eating good food that's grown well in good soil, right? And getting a diverse range of that stuff. Or I can just eat my vitamins from these packets. Then Sigmatic sent me a box recently, and I love their little elixir packets. Like this one with cordyceps, or the one with coffee and chaga and lion's mane, or the one that's just chaga. And actually this chaga one, this isn't sponsored. I just really like this because when you're traveling, you tend to, like, your immune system can be stressed quite a bit. You might be changing your sleeping patterns. You're eating weird, funky stuff. I don't know if the mushrooms are doing all that much, right? I like it because it helps me to be taking care of myself. Do you understand? The placebo, don't hate on the placebo effect, you fucking asshole. Like, the placebo effect is a big deal, right? It can get you to growth if you think this thing gets you to growth. But I happen to also think that these mushrooms are supportive for our immune system, for our adrenal systems, for lots of stuff. And those little packets don't take up much room at all. So obviously, like this is a very particular item. Don't go like, if I'm gonna be a minimal traveler, I'm going to need to use these packets. I'm just showing you how I do it. I'm a 37-year-old dad. I like taking care of my body because I notice the difference in the way that I think when I'm supported, when I'm healthy, versus when I'm not. And then there's snacks. Now, I take snacks very seriously. I end up bringing a bunch of snacks. Things like, meat bars and anything that I can get that's vaguely healthy that comes in a packet. I also tend to bring Alpha Brain with me. Alpha Brain is another Onnit product that I actually really dig. Sometimes I oftentimes forget to take this. right? But I'm speaking here in Vancouver. I want to take a little bit of this. I'll take 2 of those before I go on, because I find it's not jittery like coffee is. It's not a stimulant. You could take it right before bed and just have like kind of wild dreams. But I do notice that like there's a little more mental clarity there. It's legit. This stuff's serious, and all it is herbs. So if you do creative work, if you're a performer at all, anything like that, this can be helpful for that. I'll link to that in the description below. And then the final pill for me is the probiotics. Again, when I travel, the diet's all over the place potentially, right? So probiotics just help me, you know, keeps the system moving. And then there's the tech stuff. My MacBook charger, my external hard drive, which I edit all my videos with. I bring cables like a USB-C to USB-C, a USB-C to Lightning, USB-A to USB micro. This little cord, which is for my Bluetooth headphones to be able to listen to them through the headphone jack. I also bring an adapter and a wall charger that's USB-C for my iPad Pro or phone, as well as a small battery that I can charge my phone and iPad with if I need to at breakfast the night after some festivities, let's say. Along with that battery, I have a bunch of cables, a bunch of these little cables that I tend to just keep together, because the battery has a USB-C and a USB-A. So that means if I want to charge 2 devices, maybe both of them are USB-C. Well, let's have a USB-A to USB-C and a USB-C to USB-C. Well, then let's also have those 2 USB-A and USB-C, both of them to Lightning, right? So I need all of those things if I'm going to get the most access out of it. And I find that having a bundle of cables like this doesn't take up much space in my bag actually at all. And the benefit of being able to charge my friend's Bluetooth speaker, 2 phones instead of just my 1 phone, and an iPad, which is USB-C, just to be able to mix and match ends up being really useful to me. I know that there are cables out there that are like you plug in one and then you can charge 1 device from all these things. My whole thing is I want to be able to mix and match a bunch of different stuff. I'll link to my battery and then whatever I can find on those cables. Some of you asked questions like, where do I get those cables? I don't know, Monoprice, Amazon. Search for small cable. I'll link to whatever I find below, because there are some cables that are sick. None of these little ones are, but I found, for instance, with the guys from OmniCharge, they sent some cables with their OmniCharger. I've been talking to them like, where'd you get these cables? These are the best little cables that I found. Like, go buy an OmniCharge just to get the cables, because the OmniCharger is also sick. Then I bring my wireless earbuds. Now I have 2. The Apple AirPods you'll see on the right here, which I love. The AirPods Pro are phenomenal. You can survive anything with just that, but I do editing, so I have to bring not only some over-ear headphones or a plug-in headphone, because I don't like to edit with the Bluetooth because there's a little bit of lag. Fucking drives me nuts. And then I've got another one here that Tribit sent me. It's a really affordable earbud that has a USB-C charger. I'm testing those out. It's nice to have 2 little earbuds, because if anything happens to the one, I mean, if this runs out of batteries and it needs to charge, but you're still in the middle of a flight and you don't want to break up the like Joe Rogan podcast you're listening to or something, or the movie that you're watching, you can just switch to the other ones. But the AirPods Pro are still the best in the world at this. I mean it. If you're in the Apple ecosystem. If you're not, like, go find anything. I did an earbud review where I compared a bunch. I'll link to that below. Now, also in my bag is this little Leatherman PS STyle, which is actually TSA approved, so there's no blade on it anywhere. Honestly, to be honest, I never use it. It's got a little plier. It's got some tweezers that come out of it. And then on the key, I have this little thing on my key that I'll link to below. It has like a bottle opener and stuff. And then I'm testing out these glasses from ROAV, which fold up. I'm not crazy about the style, but I do like that they can go like in my pocket. Like I can just have glasses in my pocket. So I'm testing these out. I'll link to them below. I bring a couple cloths for cleaning lenses on my camera and stuff, and my PXC 550 Bluetooth headphones. I still love these things. They're still great. I just traveled with them here. They're not as loud as a lot of the newer headphones. That's definitely the one thing, but the controls are so good. The comfort's there, but I'm gonna be doing an updated over-ear Bluetooth noise canceling headphones thing soon. I'm gonna start ordering a bunch of them now. Bring a couple hats for me because hairs. I have lots of hairs. And then these are the shoes I'm wearing right now, the Vivo. I'll link to them below. They are just a classic kind of tennis shoe vibe, all white. I'm liking these shoes a lot. I've been wearing them a bunch. They're casual. They're very casual, but they're barefoot. I can't wear One of the reasons why I don't like wearing socks is because it makes my neuroma act up. Neuroma's like you get like a swollen nerve or something in your foot. And I'm addicted to just flat, simple shoes. The Lems boots are my favorite of all time, and I'll be doing another review soon on more barefoot shoes that don't look super lame. My Camelback Chute 750 milliliter water bottle is the best in the world. The top screws on tight so you don't have to worry about it spilling if you ever have to throw it into your bag. I love that thing. Then the Brazyn Mophie foam roller, that's for travel. It collapses and expands, so I like to foam roll my booty. Deal with it. I actually bring this when I go on trips. Like I actually brought that on this trip. I travel minimally, and I still bring a foam roller. I'm bringing a bunch of batteries and a battery charger. I don't know how much filming I'm gonna be doing, right? So I just bring whatever I might need. My iPad Pro 11-inch and my MacBook Pro 15-inch, those little Velcro strips there are for putting on my external hard drive so that I can edit with the computer on my lap. And that's it. That's everything right there. That's all the stuff laid out. That's all the things that I know I need to bring on this trip. Now, I don't just throw all of that stuff just into a big bag and hope that I find what I need to when I get to where I'm going. I organize things so that I can quickly get to what I need, and I kind of know where the things are that I'm looking for. But I'm not super crazy about like every dongle has its own little spot. I find that is actually, you lose in efficiency, the law of diminishing returns, right? So I first started trying to organize all my tech stuff in this Boundary Supply tech kit, but I found as I started adding stuff, it got quite bulky and quite big, and the spot on the bag that I needed this to be meant that I couldn't have my headphones in that same compartment because this size was too big. So what I did instead is I went for an easier mode of organizing it. This is the Track Login pouch. Login from Scotland. Track, thanks. Wax canvas, love it guys, thanks. And with this I was able to get everything that I needed to inside of it, but it's got a different form factor. So when it goes into my bag, there's still space on top for me to fit my Bluetooth headphones, right? So different pouches. I always recommend people to have like lots of different pouches. Lots of different pouches means you can make it work with the bag that you have. You may not need to get a whole bag. You may just need to get like a couple little pouches, a couple different ways to organize your stuff inside, because using this completely changed what I was able to do with the bags I was planning on traveling with. Now for my clothes, I used the Peak Design packing cube on this trip, right? Which I tend to do. Throw all my little rolled up items right inside, fits perfectly. I can do the compression, expansion if I really want to. And then on the back side, there's this other compartment where I throw my socks and my underwear. Now the daily carry bag that I'm using is the Brevite Jumper, which I actually dig because it's a camera bag, but it doesn't look like a camera bag, right? It's got a top compartment that needs to fit all my tech items in it. I throw my camera stuff in this zippered top compartment, the inner zippered top compartment. Nice little water bottle holder on the outside. I live with that, thank you. Little organization on the front. I throw my glasses, my Leatherman TSA approved style thing, my laptop charger. iPad and laptop go in the back laptop compartment together. Some snacks for on-the-go snacking, and there we go. Obviously my camera is going to be at the bottom of this, but that's my daily carry ready to roll. Now I'm using the Peak 35-liter duffel bag because it's so light and well organized. I like this thing quite a bit, and actually I found a fun way to travel with this. I'll show you at the end of the video. Remind me to show you at the end of the video my little trick for traveling with this guy, because the handles are a little funky, the over the shoulder's kind of funky when you got a backpack. I got a trick. This Peak Design has these great side pockets, so that's where I'm putting my vitamins and my probiotics. Inside goes the Dopp Kit and the foam roller and the beanie, and we're ready to roll. And then for shits and giggles, I was like, could I combine both of these bags into one bag? And so I tried it all into the Black Ember Forge. If I get the chance, I'll edit that and I'll just make that available for Patreon subscribers. You could just give money to me, right? That would be awesome. But you could also just use my links, or like when you buy something. But I don't want to have to need you to buy something for me to get paid, right? I want to do this for a living and not necessarily need to be always telling you something that you've got to buy, because buying shit does not a happy camper make. So there's the two bags I traveled with, okay? The Brevite Jumper and then the Peak Duffel. Now, let me show you my little trick for carrying this duffel. So here's the deal. It's got two handles it's got all these like attachment clips that you can attach the handles to. Well, here's what I did instead. I just attached one handle to the top. I'm carrying my bag like this. You want like, sometimes like the shoulder strap goes, everything's wide like this. Everything's wide. I wanted a strap or a handle to be right here on this thin that goes right across here so I could just hold that like that. But I really wanted to be able to fit my arm through it. So check this out. This is perfect. One strap right here. It's vertical. You've got a handle right here to take the bag and put it down. I loved traveling with this. This was awesome. So that's it. That's how I packed for this trip to Vancouver. I'm stoked to hang out here and see what's going on. I'm going to go get out of this hotel room now. But thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're interested in this. Click that like button if you liked this. And mention in the comments, what are you traveling with right now? Like, what is it for you? Because the thing is not about getting the right gear and the right bags and the right stuff. Sometimes the tools we use can really upgrade our lives, but you don't need those upgraded tools, chances are, to start living your life right now. Did I get kind of like, do you notice how my cadence changed? I got very, it's like Obama. Oh, and this thing here, this is a Peak Designs camera cube. I use this because, you know, this, you're on a camera right here. I didn't show you at all my camera. I'll link to that in the description as well. This is great. I actually, sometimes when I'm filming a lot, I'll clip in here. Okay, guys, talk to you later. Hope you're doing well. Have a great life. If I never see you again, have a great life. But be yourself. Everybody else is taken, right? Talk to you later. Bye-bye.